Hello, Kirby.
Here we are at What the Fuck But Why?
No.
I mean, it's my world. You just live in it.
We do live in
God dang it. And here we are, and I'm already deflated. Oh, setting up a podcast literally deflates the profit. It's the one thing that deflates the profit. I'm so annoyed right now.
It is. I just watched this meltdown happen, and it was something else.
Lackawanna knows.
It was a half a meltdown, though. It wasn't too
No,
bad.
not a full meltdown.
No.
But in my inner body, I was melting down.
Yeah.
Well-
you were like, forget it.
Actually, I first got deflated because our daughter Riley won't go to sleep, and it's 11:30, and she won't go to sleep.
Yeah, she's in the corner doing something or other.
And but it stresses me out because like I have to wake her up and take her to daycare early in the morning. So it's not like, oh, whatever. I'm not being like a strict parent. It's like I have to wake her up in the morning. And then I feel bad when she goes to bed at like 12 o'clock and I wake her up early. Like she won't get out of bed. It's like a teenager. I have to literally drag her out of bed.
I know. I've literally seen you dress her like a zombie.
Yeah, like in bed.
Like in bed.
Right. And just like fireman carry her out of there.
Yeah.
I know. But this was your idea to podcast. Well, let me do a little introduction. I've never promoted this podcast. I think we're on episode, number 9.
Really?
Let's see.
Number
Number 9. Holy, wait, no.
No. Yeah, because there's an 8.
Yeah.
I see an 8.
Wow. 3 months ago was our last podcast.
All right, so 3 months ago we podcasted.
And then we actually did podcast a month ago, but then we just got into a huge fight.
So we didn't post that one.
Right. Because it's just, I don't know. Like, it sucks for me because hypothetically I would post everything and say everything, but people are just so, I don't know. It's like they can't, I just feel like I'm getting them there. Yeah, that shadow is scary. But my disciples, I'm working on them. But I feel like
I'm more and more open to posting just whatever you say. Whatever is said is said.
Yeah, but my beef is like, let's say we get into a fight, or let's say I kind of like pick you apart about something. Like right after we hang up the podcast, like we're laughing and like, oh, that was crazy. Like it's not like it's fake, but we just bring up stuff for the podcast, but it's not serious.
Right.
The last one did get a little bit serious. That was the only time that happened. And the only reason why it's a little weird bringing that one up is because it involves other people that I don't even want to give them that, knowing I'm mad about this situation. But it involves other people. If it was strictly just between me and you and not other people, I would post it in a heartbeat.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah. So I don't care. Like I always say, I grew up on my boy Howard Stern. That's my inspiration more than Joe Rogan, you know? So I believe in just being honest and being open and just whatever.
We are pretty open and honest, and I think people appreciate that. I think a lot of people in our lives appreciate that we are like an open book.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you, I always feel like...
And there's good and there's bad.
Because we're a normal couple.
Because we're normal.
Any couple that shows
or maybe
all...
we're not. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Any couple that shows all good, you're fake. Like, then I don't believe it. If you're always smiling and perfect and you guys aren't bitching and bickering past, like, the honeymoon stage, then it's just not believable.
There's something wrong.
It's just you're going through the motions.
Yes.
But I wanted to bring this point up that I remember a long time ago, I told you, I think it was Artie Lang or somebody saying that after they do stand-up, they go back to their room all alone and they feel like shit. Remember I told you that? And it rang true to me because I told you when we're with friends, like when I leave, I feel kind of yucky after I leave. And for a while, I'm like, why do I always feel so yucky? Because I You know, a lot of times like I'll steal the show, not the show, but I'll kind of
be like the center of the
the
room.
center of the room,
Yeah,
right? That's
yeah,
just
yeah.
I've always done that. I remember a
Right.
long time ago, Katie brought that up one time. She's like, everybody just like stands around you. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm getting to a point. So I realized that I feel yucky because I feel like I
Share?
overshare for jokes. So, and then it's like I easily could go through the motions and be like super lovey-dovey and kiss you because we are like that. But I always go for the jokes and I always want to be funny, and I kind of just like ranting and whatever. So, and then after I kind of regret it. And I'm
But
like,
on the real, to be honest, the jokes and the funny side of you and all of that is what keeps our relationship going.
yeah.
It's not the lovey-dovey shit that we could just do every day, the hugging and kissing stuff. It's the jokes. We jab at each other. That's what's cool.
Right.
You know?
No.
That's what keeps us going.
Yeah, no, I agree. And just sometimes I'll look at somebody's face when I'm saying things, and I'm like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have said that. They'll be like, damn, like you're a dick, you know? Like when they'll be like, we'll talk about marriage, and I'll be like, I think it's stupid, and I think that men have nothing to gain in marriage. I think that if like, just hypothetically, and it's hard to say that without me saying I'm happily married. It's like for some reason, people that know me know I can somehow say both things. Like Casey would totally get what I'm saying. Yeah, Casey could separate it. Luke would separate it. That I'm happily married, but I think marriage is stupid. The concept of it. Like if there was some 25-year-old guy, and he was like, I love my girlfriend. Do you think I should get married? I would be like, do you want less money and do you want less sex? And if he said no, I'd say then don't get married, because that's really all it is for a man. You just have less money, you have less time to do things, and less sex. That's all what happens. And the woman has lots of things to gain. Obviously, if she was rich and the guy was broke, it's the reverse. But I just feel like men really don't gain anything except the socially he makes a notch above single guys. Just socially, he's more accepted from men that he's married, he has a ring on his finger, and he has a kid.
Yeah, you're more socially accepted if you're
Yes.
a married man at a certain age.
Yep.
And you have kids and blah, 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 blah.
I do it myself. I mean, I remember when I started UPS, I remember this one older driver, he was like, I brought up my kids. He's like, oh, you have kids? He's like, you're married? And then ever since then, he treated me like different. I noticed. And he was like an older guy. It was
Like more respectful.
Yeah, more respectful.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to that.
Yeah, I mean, when you're raising kids, I do. And that definitely doesn't mean that if you don't have kids, you're not, you know.
Respectable.
Yeah.
But
there's just something to it.
people end up respecting you more if you have a family.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, like, especially if you're a boss. If you don't have kids, like, they're going to cut your hours or fire you and not care. Most likely. But if you have like a family and he has to like lay you off, he's going to be sick to his stomach.
They'll
like,
second guess their decisions.
Like,
yeah.
oh man, I got to lay Jason off. He just had a second kid. He just bought that house. You know, but if I just was some single dude that lived in Mount Washington, like, sorry, bro, we got to cut you.
Right.
So there's that.
I mean, they'll cut you regardless, but at least they'll think twice if you have a family or whatever.
Yeah, they'll feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Another thing that's funny, damn, that's what I always say, you know, it's funny. I try to switch it up. Remember how I was saying, I wonder how people think of me. I was like, what if Harding, like, what if somebody was like, oh, do you know Jason Fryer? Like,
Right.
what he would say. And I tried to guess what everybody would say.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm trying to think.
What each person in
Yes.
your life would say?
So let's say like Luke, somebody ran into Luke at Home Depot and they was like, oh man, like, blah, blah, blah. Do you know, damn man, I work with Jason Fryer, the social prophet. Do you know him? And then Luke would be like, you know, how would he describe me is what we were getting at. And what did we come up with? I think Luke's a little, he'd like laugh and be like, oh, I know that motherfucker.
Yeah, I know that motherfucker where he's a trip.
He's
something.
a trip. Yeah, that's what we were getting. He's like a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that's the word.
You're, you know, a whole nother.
Yes. And then Casey, we decided he would really poo-poo the situation.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, I know that motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's a motherfucker.
Yeah, like, man, fuck Fryer. Like, he's cool. Like, I know that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we decided, but then what you came up, my whole point was like, I'm a dick, but I feel like nobody would say Fryer's a dick, right? But I am like an asshole in a way.
You have like an alter ego that's an asshole.
But nobody would introduce me like that. Like nobody, what I feel.
Yeah, no.
Keep going.
No, I'm just saying they wouldn't be like, here's this guy, he's
an
a
asshole.
dick.
Right. You'd be like, he's cool.
But you'll like him. It's just like, you'll like him, but he says things that are kind of dickish.
You'd almost maybe prepare somebody for me. Let's talk about Carrie. Like if Carrie was going to introduce, this is why I'm bringing this up. If Carrie was going to introduce us to a boyfriend, like I feel like Carrie would, or Stacy even would, say Stacy was bringing a friend from Chicago or something, that they would maybe brace them for me.
Fryer says whatever the fuck he wants.
Right. Now it could be, yeah.
He's opinionated but he's super cool. He's super chill, but he's opinionated.
Yeah, opinionated could be a word. But what I was getting at, because in the car, you're like, I think people would say you're funny, right? They'd be like, Jason's funny. And what's funny is,
what's funny is you're funny.
When I asked you, I'm like, what did Carrie's new boyfriend think of me? And what'd you say?
He thought you were funny.
So that proved you were right.
Yeah.
That's how people would describe me. They're like, yeah, I know Fryer, he's funny.
There's dickhead, like straight dick mode.
Yeah,
and then there's dick funny.
Right.
Dick funny.
So I have a funny
different.
dick? I have a funny dick? Is that what you're trying to say?
You have a funny dick.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. There's dick funny, like joking around, just like that dick joker guy that says some dick jokes. And then there's like a dickhead.
It's like a dickhead.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
You are one and not the other.
Yeah, like a true dickhead.
You wouldn't like slam the door in a girl's face. Or like, I don't know, just like everyday life shit you wouldn't be a dick about.
To strangers. Yeah, I'd only be a dick to you. If you think about it.
Yeah. And 100% I'm okay with it because this is how we get by in life. Like, he spices up our relationship. And I don't mind it at all, you know? If he was nice to me 100% of the time, I probably wouldn't be as happy, to be honest. I don't know.
Well, I remember one time you were trying to explain it, and you were saying that I'm so much work that it takes the attention off you for you. Yes. So instead of you just getting down on yourself about you, you have to spend the energy of dealing with me.
Right.
Because
my whole focus is on you and the relationship, and that's a good thing because my whole life has been focused on me and my issues, and sometimes it's nice to like just look at other things in life, and our relationship is not just solely based off of Jason's issues either, but it's both of our issues, and that's what makes it work. And he's like, he's a dick. But in a good way.
No, I'm just opinionated.
Opinionated dick.
But I think I'm just opinionated.
I can't call you a dick?
You can.
I say you're a
no,
dick?
you can call me.
You're
You
a
can
dick.
say I have a huge dick. That's all right. I'm not going to
You
stop
got a big schlong.
So that was just a fun little game. But then we were talking about you, I think, and I said that people would say, "Oh, Kirby, she's so sweet," or nice, or like Stacy. Let's say
That's so not fun though.
I know that's because you're whack. But let's say
There's
Stacy.
a dick mode coming out.
Let's say Stacy was at work and a new employee came in and they're like, "Oh, you know what? Like, I got this dog off Kirby Collinger." Stacy would be like, "Oh my God, I love." She would probably say, I love Kirby. She wouldn't say she's so sweet, but she's like, "Oh, I love Kirby. She's awesome. Like, I love Kirby."
I don't know if people would call me sweet.
I know, maybe, but you are, but I don't know if that's what they would introduce you as, sweet. but they would just say like, "I
I'd
love
be
you."
interested, like at my funeral. That's what we were talking about, weren't we?
No, just introducing.
I thought it was at our funeral
No.
what people would say about us.
No.
Who knows?
No.
But I think that people would say that I'm,
Like, have a big heart.
yeah, like the normal generic shit, which sucks because I don't want to be generic.
Yeah, it would be kind of generic.
I'm unique in some ways.
Oh, you're one of one, and that's why you're.
I'm one of one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you're one of one.
I'm a one of one?
Yeah.
You're one of one too.
It's funny in a way. No, that's not. We had this conversation too because we talk about everything because we're the best. Just joking, but not everybody's one of one. Like I just thought of somebody.
There's characters in life.
Yeah, but not everybody's one of one.
No, but you are one of one, and I'm being straight honest, not even like taking into consideration that I love you.
Yeah.
You are one of one because you're so different from anyone I've ever met in my entire life.
So that would be one of
and
one.
I think it comes from your dad. Your dad is one of one.
And people always say that about
Ray
him.
Fryer. There's only one Ray Fryer in this world.
That's true. Very damn true.
And there is only one Jason Fryer in this world. And you are weird as fuck. But I love you.
But that's why it's weird when I meet people. Like, it's funny to see who I get along with or who I don't. Like, you probably have no idea, right? Or do you have an idea of who I'd get along with?
No, I really don't, because on the outside you get along with everybody, but on the inside there's like a secret, I don't know, like personality that like doesn't really get along with everybody.
Yeah. But it's not like I don't, the secret what you're talking about, it's not that I don't, it's like I am one of those old school Italian families where it takes a while to get really close to me, to get in.
That's how you feel about dogs too.
Yeah. I like if people want to know, like every new dog we get, it's almost like they get put through, not even like on purpose, like they have to earn.
They have to earn Jason's love.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, but there are also people that you've met that you love right off the bat, and that's few and far between.
And some dogs too, though. Randomly, I'll love a dog like Sally and stuff.
Yeah, it's very random.
Yeah.
But there are few that you do love off the bat.
Yeah. Like I've noticed. So let's talk about qualities that we find in people that make us want to be friends with them or like them or trust them. Let's talk about that. And let me do a quick break. This is what this podcast is about. We're not like we're not talking about Trump right now. Like we're just talking about more personal things. I don't want to like talk about current events right now.
No.
I'm burnt out with that stuff.
No, so burnt out. Go on social media. You'll see it everywhere. It's all over the place.
Anyways, qualities. So I noticed with me that an underlying quality that I like in people is that they're kind of a dick. Okay.
You like dicks.
Yeah. But
you're a fellow dick.
You know one quality in a guy that I don't like that would make me never get too close. I'm comparing everything to like say Carrie's new boyfriend.
Yes.
Because that's a very relevant thing.
Right now, yes.
And Carrie, I don't know if she's going to listen to this or not. She can say what she wants, but she worries about me liking her boyfriend.
Yes.
Like, let's just be honest.
About all of us liking her boyfriend.
But I'm just talking about me right now.
Oh.
Because she wants us to be in with, like, the guy. You and Lindsay are, like, a totally different dynamic.
Yeah, he'll be in with the guys and blah, blah, blah.
So she worries, and not just me and Casey, too. Like, she wants us to fit in, or him to fit in. So this is going to sound fucked up, but I don't like a guy who's, like, super faithful to his girl. Like, it would turn me off.
Faithful in what way though? Like
just even
super loyal, like outwardly.
If we're at a park.
Oh yeah.
If we're at a park, and I whisper and I look and some girl walks by,
and she's hot,
and if I can't be like, dude, I would throw it all away for her. And if he didn't like understand what I just said and feel me on that, then I don't I'll never really trust you. So if we see a hot girl and he looks at me and he's like, bro, I would throw it all away for her, I'd be like, you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like say Lackawanna. He's a pig. Like I'll
You like fellow pigs.
pigs. Like I'll be
Fellow
at
pigs.
I'll be at a pool and I'll see a hot girl, and I'll look at Luke and he already checked her out like 30 seconds ago and he's already given me the look. Like that's what you know what I'm saying? Like he
Right.
already saw this girl. He already fucked her. He already thought about doggy, missionary, maybe one leg up. He's so far into mentally fucking her, and I'm like, so it's like that's my man. Like that's what.
You need that.
Yeah. So
kinda
if
guy.
Carrie's boyfriend just never went there,
It's not loyalty. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
pig.
yes, that was a bad word.
Pigism. Or
Pigism.
something.
Pigism.
I'm gonna coin that word.
Yeah.
Pigism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your turn. And we'll keep going. I have more, but that's like my one quality. You get to be a pig and say you will throw it all away for a girl.
All right. For me, you have to be able to let loose.
Yeah, that's a
That's a big one for me.
yes. Drink. Let's be honest. Drink. Then
alright.
you have to drink.
You don't have to drink.
Yes, you do.
You have to party.
You have to drink. Let's just be honest.
Okay.
They have to drink.
All right. I like me some drinkers.
Yes.
Because I'm a drinker.
Yeah.
I love to drink, and yeah, I think that friends that like to drink are more fun than friends that don't.
It's true.
I mean, I
I'm the
don't know.
exception.
We have. Yeah, oh well, Jason's the exception, but you're like.
I still drink a
You're
little.
my
I
man,
still-
and you do drink.
Yeah.
And
We'll say someone who's dry, like literally not a drop of alcohol.
I
Let's
would
do an
have
example.
not a lot in common with them.
Right.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, what would I do with them?
Yeah.
Besides, I mean, I could do everyday day life with
Day
them,
life.
but not nightlife with them.
You would never call them to come over. Yeah.
At night.
Yeah.
No.
But you could like talk to them during the day and laugh and like
Yeah,
have
and,
a
like,
relationship.
confide in them.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that you're out if you don't drink,
Yes.
but
You couldn't be a best friend.
my best friends all drink.
Mm-hmm.
We all love to have a good time. We all love to laugh. We all love to party and dance and all of that. So that's a big one for me. That's a definite big one for me.
Okay, back to me. Another quality that I find. Well, I already said dick. I already said he's a pig. And
I don't think dick is the right word though.
Yeah, because I don't like dicks.
No. I don't like dicks.
Sarcastic.
And you know what? I don't think a dick is the right word for you because I wouldn't date a dick.
Yeah, it's sarcastic.
I don't know what the word is.
I
for
know.
you.
Maybe one of our
There's
millions
a
of
word.
followers can help us.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a
what
word.
am I? What is the social prophet?
I don't know. There's a word for the social prophet, and I just can't figure it out. I hate cocky people. I hate.
But I'm cocky.
But you're not
Mhm.
to me.
But I am.
But like,
Other girl, you know what? Other girls could answer this better. Like,
think?
is Jason cocky? Like with Stacy or somebody? I keep bringing up names. Would I be considered like cocky? They would have to answer that.
okay, in a way you are.
Right, and they would probably say, "Yeah, he's
In
kind
a way
of,"
you are, but for some reason I like you,
because you know me.
and I don't like other cocky men. Like cocky men are like the biggest
I know you hate
turn
it.
off. Like I can't stand it.
Yeah, you hate it.
It actually pisses me off.
Like, there could
I
be,
wanna,
like-
fight them.
Yeah, there could be a super good-looking guy, and then if he starts talking and he's cocky, you'll like dig at him, and you'll be like, "Oh, you
I'll
think
be
you're
like,
cool?"
all right, you little dick motherfucker.
Yeah,
You know.
right
I don't
away
know.
you will.
Right away.
I know. I've always known that about you.
I just can't deal with cocky guys.
There's definitely like an attitude to them. There's like this certain demeanor that they have that look
There's
like
something about them that
oh.
just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like I like a humble person. I love like people that are humble, and
No, I'm podcasting.
we have a little midget summoning us to.
Yeah, she's sticking her
Play.
tongue out at me and laughing that I can't go. Hey,
Go back to your corner, midget.
but that's why we could get canceled for that.
For saying midget?
Yeah.
Why? Midget's a real term.
No, that's a bad word.
Oh, small person.
Yeah,
Or
see?
no, little people.
Little people. See? I know.
I could get canceled.
I know. That's why this whole
by accident.
That's why when my friend from work was like, "I love your podcast," I'm like, "It's scary though. Like, it's just scary."
You never know.
Yeah, and like my beef. Oh, Segway J.
Segway J.
My beef is I do have beef with, say, the black community or the white community, but then I feel very free until it comes to a beef that I have with black people. Then I'm like, I could literally write a book on why I love black culture and black people when I'm with them on Black Lives Matter.
Tiny page.
And it's over.
Of something that you don't like.
Yeah.
And that'll get you.
I actually lost a black friend over something I said on Facebook. I remember, and I meant this with white and black people, that all I said was the news. Or there was like some black kid got killed, and they were using like this picture when he was like 11 or 12, and he's like 17. He was like 17. He's like a grown ass, not a man, but a 17-year-old black dude is like a dude. Like, you could fuck most dudes up at 17.
Yeah,
that's not a little kid.
Like an actual almost man there.
Yeah, and they're hold on, what? Oh, that's funny. But anyways, I'm podcasting. The media was blasting the picture of him when he was 12, and all I did was comment, and I was like, the media loves to post baby pictures of that. And then I said with white people, they find the most messed up picture. So it's like all I was saying is the media plays with how we perceive them. They don't just they put thought into it.
They really put thought into the pictures that they post, the things that they post, everything.
And then he commented, he was like, "Damn, bro, I didn't know you were a racist." You know? So then I was like, "Damn, like you really can't say anything," because I was talking about black and white. And then my whole thing, I've said this to Lackawanna before. I was like, I feel like my black friends, no matter what basically I say, besides like off the wall stuff, would know my heart. But I don't think that's true. I think we're in this culture and climate now that the second you say something, that you're that. When we're all just like trying to make sense of everything, but I don't even want to talk about that. I'm sorry, I just segued into race, and I don't even want this. Too tiring. And I was gonna post this. It's gonna be my last thing. I feel like right now, if America was a relationship, we are fighting and we're still throwing chairs at each other, and nobody is ever reasonable in the middle of a fight. So I'm gonna stay away from it until people can reason, because both sides are being irrational about a lot of things right now. You know, I saw a comment. This black chick was saying, because now it's companies are giving Juneteenth off, right? That's like the day they Juneteenth. You know what that is? I'll teach you. It's a new holiday, and it's the day slavery was ended. It's June 19th. Okay. They deserve that. They should get that.
Yes, absolutely.
And all the comments were saying that white people should have to come to work and only black people should get paid, but they're making it a paid holiday, and it's like you're being unreasonable. That's not how holidays work. No. You don't cherry pick who's allowed to have that day.
No, everybody should have it off.
Yeah, it's like Martin Luther King Day or Easter. Do only Christians get Easter?
Everybody should have it off. In like solidarity of the holiday.
It's unreasonable. That's an unreasonable request.
We have this off for this reason, and that's why.
Okay. The shooting at Wendy's. I saw comments that they should have opened his door. Wendy's shouldn't have called the cops. They should have got a glass of water and thrown it in his face to wake him up. Yeah, why don't you try that and see how that goes? Why would somebody making $9 an hour throw water in the strange dude's face who's drunk? That would be literally a recipe for disaster. You get your ass beat.
Yeah, black or white, I would never throw water in a drunk person's face that was passed out.
You're being unreasonable.
Why?
That is unreasonable.
I was going to say, like, it doesn't matter what the race is. I would never do that, and I don't think a Wendy's worker should do that.
That's unreasonable.
That's asking a lot of them.
And I think white people are also being unreasonable, where they won't admit racism in America, and they just won't admit that there is a problem with cops and black people. You're being unreasonable. You're too biased. You're not taking a minute to see their side of it. So I can't deal with you either. I can't deal with either of them because you're not going to reason with me.
If you can't admit that there is a problem with cops in
the ghetto or the urban communities,
or whatever, there's something wrong.
There's something wrong. You're being unreasonable. I even told Luke I was going to bust out a new character called the Reasonable Prophet. I was thinking about busting me a new character, the Reasonable Prophet, where I try to take a situation and find reason on both sides. That's what I might do. Like the Social Prophet tries to socially construct it, but the Reasonable Prophet is going to try to find reason in it
on both
sides.
Right.
It's usually not far left or right. It's right in the middle. And right now, there's just no reason. I can just feel it and see it in people, and there's just no reasoning with people. Even if you take that Wendy's shooting, you have to look at that situation on the cop side and the black dude side, and just admit it was a fucked up situation, and you don't wish that on anybody. And the cop's in a tough situation. The black guy could have done better, and the cop could have done better. Right?
Everyone could have done better.
Everybody could have done better. And
that situation was a seriously unfortunate event.
Right. And you just watch it. And so to say that the black guy had no faults, that's not fair either, because he fell asleep. We know what he did.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the cop probably, we're not in his shoes, so I'm not going to fully commit, but he probably should have just let the guy run, because you have his car, you have his license, you got his name, just let him run. You'll catch him. Call back up and you'll catch him. And they were both
right. It wasn't like
life or death.
It wasn't like he murdered somebody.
Yes.
He fell asleep in a Wendy's drive-through.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Right.
This
just let him go. He died over that, essentially.
Yeah, and that part I understand is absolutely ridiculous. But on the cop side, he didn't know any better.
I know, and he grabbed the thing.
They are trained to do things that we just, I don't know. I mean, shooting to kill, right?
Right.
That was one of the things that they're
trained to do, shoot to kill. So,
which I don't think is a good idea, but
I'm actually done talking. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's why when I was telling you I kind of feel bad for the cop, because it's almost not his fault. It's the system's fault.
Right.
Because that's what he's trained to do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's they're educated to do things a certain way. They're trained to do things a certain way.
Right.
And that's their
instinct.
Yeah.
Yes, what they're trained to do.
Immediately, that's what they go to. And it's a shame on the people that train them.
Mm-hmm. And then another reasonable thing, unreasonable, is people were saying that they should have just let him drive home or drive him home. And I don't think that's fair either. No, you were drunk. You're drunk driving. You could have killed somebody. Let's play it out. Let's say the cops are being cool. They say, you know what, dude, with all this going on right now, forget it. I'm just going to take you home. What if that guy does the same thing tomorrow and kills a family of 4? They're going to review the footage. He'd be like, you let him go? You let him go. And then he's going to get fired for that. And then he's on camera. So you can't just let people go home. And they're like, well,
it's just a lose-lose situation.
I know.
For everybody.
I know.
It's just unfortunate and a lose-lose situation.
Yeah. Now, the Derek one, the other one with the knee, there's no defending that.
No.
But that's a different situation.
Derek?
What did I say? Oh, that's his name. I think Derek Chauvin. Where he had his knee on the dude's neck.
No, George.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the cop's name was Derek.
Oh.
Yeah, but George Floyd.
Oh.
Yeah, I was speaking.
I don't know the cop's
name.
Yeah,
Derek Chauvin or something. That's different. And again, I like to just not always conflate everything into one. They're all different people. They're all different situations.
Yeah, you can't generalize with people. You can't generalize with the race. You can't generalize with police officers. You know, each their own, and it's just not fair to generalize.
Like, would it be fair if some IPS driver in California threw a TV over a fence and it broke, and then the next day I go to a door and they start screaming at me and throwing stuff at me and because of what they saw on the news?
One person.
Right.
And that was what I brought up the other day. If a nurse accidentally...
Yes, that's a better example.
...killed somebody by giving them the wrong dose of drug, right?
Right. You can't blame all nurses.
You cannot blame all nurses. That is not fair.
You know why it's a little bit playing devil's advocate to my point, which is why I'm the social prophet, because I play devil's advocate to my own point. The problem with what we're saying in the cops is the cop is in a system that is systemically racist. So it's a little bit different because even though it's an individual cop, but he's in a system
that's known to be racist.
Right. So it's a little bit, but you guys get what we're going.
It's a shame. That's a shame.
But even still, in that system, there are good cops.
There are good cops, and that's what sucks. Is
probably not too many though.
But you don't know that. There's a lot of cops out there that went to school to be a cop to actually
help
do good and make change and aren't racist. What about those cops? Yeah, they're sitting there like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, a lot of these cases they don't realize, but they're black. Or a lot of them, like the dude was black that shot the guy, or you know what I mean? Like they'll be.
Well, not even that. Just like even if it is just like some white guy from suburbs that.
No, I'm saying the cop is black who killed the black guy.
Yeah, I'm saying, but even if it's a suburb white guy that really legit isn't racist and wants to help like the ghetto areas and wants to help, I mean, that sucks for them right now. They're screwed.
I know.
Every reason that they went into the police field is screwed.
And I think
they're screwed.
And I think defunding the police is not the right answer. If anything, but maybe I don't understand what that means, defund the police. I've heard 3 different explanations, so I don't even think people know. I keep hearing different explanations.
I don't know, so I'm not going to speak on it because I don't really understand what.
It just doesn't seem like exactly that's the answer.
That means.
This is what
if it means what the literal word is, defund the police.
Yeah.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Well, this is what I ask my millions of listeners. Let's say there's a public school in the Hill District that's doing bad, right? It's just the kids aren't passing. There's fights. People are getting beat up. What would the answer be? To defund it or to allocate more funds to it and focus on where the funds are going?
Right.
But if you just defund that school...
Right.
Just to prove a point, like, F you, school. Like, this is...
Let's take away everything from you.
It doesn't make sense. They should be
How about let's fund you? Let's focus
more training,
on education.
Better training.
Let's focus on training.
Schools.
Let's focus on, like...
Paying them more so we get more elite people.
Yes. All of those things.
Like, how about...
Defunding the police is not the answer. If that's what that means, that is not the answer.
Yeah, what about this? Like, what about, say, bad areas? There should be cops in there that are highly trained, well-paid professionals, not fat, out of shape...
Veteran cops.
Forget veterans. There should be well-trained, highly paid professionals in these high crime areas and not just some overweight guy who took a 4-month academy class and passed.
Well, 9 times out of 10, aren't they brand new cops in the ghettos?
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a huge... I've brought that up before.
They aren't...
They put the rookies in the worst areas.
Yeah, rookies.
That's a problem.
Is the word I was looking for.
That's a problem.
Rookies. They're rookies, and how much sense does that make? That doesn't make any
It
sense
doesn't make
at all.
but it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense.
How does it make sense?
Because like my job, like when you're new, you get the shit routes. So when you're new, you get the shit
okay,
areas.
it's shitty for them, but like, let's be honest. The ghetto areas need the like top of the top police officers and sergeants and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like they need the best of the best, not these guys that are like quivering at the knees
Yeah, I
to
know.
go on to their
You've
shift.
never even seen like a ghetto black person or
Yeah.
something. They don't even know how to interact with them, you know?
Right.
I'm
It
doing.
just doesn't make any sense.
I don't really want to talk too much about it because I'm doing a whole rant on it, but of how I think the police force could be better. But the only little point I want to bring up is that people always talk about cops being underpaid, right? And I feel like cops right now have to learn that they can't be so trigger happy, right? So and then cops would be like, well, I'm not risking my life for 50 grand a year. So maybe if we can pay them more, that it would almost be like not worth the money, but it's like we're paying you more to almost put your life at risk.
Right.
So this is no more a $50,000 job. Like you're getting paid $100,000 to be the best of the best.
They should get paid more. No
Right.
doubt about
And
it.
not just the whole force. Like if we can just make I don't know. Sometimes I feel like our generation, what's happening right now, the world is adapting to our generation. We're a little more loud. We're a little more crude. We're a little more party centric. We're a little more, we're just a little more of that. So I feel like right now the world has to adjust to how we live. These boomers can't take it, but let's be honest. Black people in the ghettos, they may smoke a blunt. I know weed's legal now, but they may like smoke a blunt walking down the sidewalk in suburbia. All right, keep going. I don't need you. She has to pee.
Yeah, keep talking.
In suburbia, you would pull over. This is before weed was legal. You would pull over that guy and arrest him. But in the ghetto, they need to be a little more tolerant. And you could say that's bullshit. Why should they live by different rules? And I feel like because that's just the way it is. If we can't keep playing this game of treating these high crime areas like Pine Richland or something. Again, you're gonna say that's not fair, but if we keep going back, we put them there. We redlined nice areas, so it's almost like a karma of what we have done. We have forced them in poverty, and within poverty comes crime. And we just have to treat it a little bit different. So, with my idea, if we could weed out the bad cops, make it harder to get in, almost like the military, like buds or something like that, and we could just have these areas with super highly trained professionals that get paid more, so they can't pull this stunt of, I only get paid 50 grand a year, so of course I'm going to shoot. No. What? All right. So that's my take on that. And like my dad always says, it's just a thought. I could be wrong. I would like to be challenged on my ideas. I'm not saying that I'm closing my ears. That's just how I feel about it. The world is changing right now and we have to adapt with it. That's why I get annoyed with technology when people won't adapt to technology and they won't try new technology. Wake up, the world is moving on without you, and if you don't move on, you're going to get left in the dust. Talk, wife. Help this girl.
Whoa, I just got back from the bathroom and he just puts it on me to
What do you want to talk about now?
to talk. Holy manoli. Alright. My butthole's still open. Just kidding. Or am I? I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know what to talk about because he's just blabbed on for like, how long? An hour? About racism. And I feel like I want to speak on a lighter note about
Well, what did you... Ow.
ooh.
What did you originally want a podcast for? Because I didn't even want a podcast. You're the one that wanted to. We're at 43 minutes. Normally we go around 40 to 50. So, how do you want to close this thing out? Like, why did you want a podcast to begin with? Tonight.
I just wanted to. I didn't have a specific topic or anything. I just like podcasting.
Yeah.
So I just like you talking and me giving my little input.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad over talking. What, Riley? What? See, she throws me off. Like I'll be on such a train, like a riding, driving, high flying train, and then the second she gets there,
I could go for hours.
You could?
Like, yeah.
No. Hold on. Well then.
I couldn't go
I'll
for
pause
hours
it, I'll pause it.
talking. I could go for hours.
How devastating would that be if we weren't even recording? And that's happened to me so many times.
Are you serious?
Actually, you know how I just did that TV countdown, the top 10?
Yes.
I made it all the way to 1, and then I said I wasn't even recording this whole time. I did the whole thing without it not recording because I clicked on record and went to Photoshop because I had them lined up.
Yeah.
So I thought it was recording, but it wasn't. So I had to do it all over again. If you even knew
that's a mess.
If you even knew how much time I have wasted on
I know. While I'm sleeping, you're just down here doing
till
God
4 in
knows
the
what.
morning.
I know. Go to bed.
Till 4 in the morning. And then
Bed.
sometimes I think about it. Me and Mike Hitt always talk about this, but let's say I do a TV countdown and I get like 4 likes, okay?
Right.
And let's say I was like, wow, I just did all that for 4 likes. Well, let me break this down. I didn't because way more people saw it. They just don't like it.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm a non-liker.
You're a non-liker. That's how I know this.
I look, but don't like.
Yes, it's very shitty. And then B, I don't look at my work. I'm actually glad I think like this. Not everybody does, but I look at everything I do as a collective of my collection of art and work. So nothing I do will ever go away. I'm almost like an artist who isn't signed yet, and I'm just recording. So you could look at the artist and be like, well, who are you even rapping for? Like, no, it's like, yeah, but I'm like, you're gonna have to sit up more. That's not gonna work. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, so think about Eminem's first album or DMX. While they were making that album, nobody even knew who they were, but they were still treating it like the world was going to hear them, because that's how you have to be.
You gotta fake it till you make it.
Yeah. So when I'm making stuff, I'm just thinking like one day, everything I'm trying to do will all come together, and I'm just going to keep doing it because all I'm doing is collecting my art. So let's say one day, hypothetically, somebody comes along. They're like, dude, you're so talented, bro. Like, I love what you do. I got money. I got a website. I have a whole platform. I just don't know what to do with it. And then I'll just like open up my folder, like, boom, TV countdown, this countdown, that countdown, rants, this, podcast. I would have such a collection. I have collages. I have sports things. I have things that cause debate. I just have so much stuff that's timeless stuff.
Right.
It's mostly timeless stuff.
Right.
I try not to get too, just stuff that's timeless. That's my point. What, right?
Actually, I want to get like a rocket. You can have I got a rock, and I got a rocket collection.
What? That was probably one of the worst lines of like speeches. Like what? On camera. That's your first thing on camera. You didn't even speak English right there. You're nervous. What are you saying?
Rocket. What?
Rock.
You gotta speak in the mic. If you're gonna talk, speak in the mic.
I said rocket collection.
Rock collection.
Oh, a rock collection. Yo, you collect rocks, and I collect my art. Oh, that was pretty actually.
Yes. Very smart, babe. That was very smart.
That was very smart. You know how talented your dad is, right? You know your dad's famous. You see him on TV, right?
I went round to do this and get big.
You know what always like weirds me out? Like when Joe Rogan or Howard talk about how to their family they're just dad. That's so weird to me. Like, I just cannot picture Joe Rogan just as an everyday guy at home. I just can't.
He's just a daddy.
He's just a dad. And his daughter's like, don't listen to, and like that's hilarious to me. Dan, before Riley got over here, I was gonna you know what we should do every week? She won't know what I'm talking about. Every like podcast we do, we should check in of what porn I'm watching. Wouldn't it be kind of fun?
Yeah.
Because I always get into different things.
Yeah, you are always on something.
Yeah, and it's getting really bad to the point of I'll be watching porn for an hour, and I'll maybe pull up 30 videos. 30, no, maybe not 30. I would say 15 on average that I pull up, and I have them all in my tabs. You know how I keep my tabs. And I just have to find the perfect situation of what I'm into at that moment.
Right.
You know, it has to be perfect. It just has to be perfect.
Can't just be anything.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, or my last kick was like grandmas and like really old moms.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like
I'm slightly disturbed.
Yeah.
But okay.
But the grandmas weren't like when they're too wrinkly and disgusting.
Yeah,
I
like
can't
not
do
like.
it. But they're definitely grandmas though.
Oh, like for sure, grandmas. Like you can tell.
Yeah, like 100%. They're not like these poor. What?
And I saw the piece of moon.
Oh, this is weird
She
for
got
her
a
to be
piece of a
interjecting.
moon.
Yeah, that's cool. You have to go to bed soon. All right, headphones back on. But anyways, no, like, it's a grandma. I'm not talking about some super hot like porn like mom.
No,
like this
yeah.
is a grandma.
Yeah.
That actually,
wrinkly.
it's like fascinating that this grandma is doing this on camera. Like I'm talking like giving head and like choking on it and like getting but it's like a grandma,
Yeah,
a real,
yeah.
and they're like amateur videos. They're not like studio ones.
Interesting.
Yeah, and like because I always thought that'd be dope. Like let's say I was single, and let's say I like delivered to some like old lady who was like kind of like decent looking. Like she took care of herself. I'm not talking about like some disgusting old lady who can barely talk. Maybe like a 70-year-old lady who like looks decent, maybe even 80 years old, but she looks decent. And let's even say.
I felt like her.
No.
And then she was like, hey, and then she's like single and she's like lonely, and she was like, you know what? I would love just to suck your dick, like I would love to.
You
like,
would let her?
Yeah, like I would
No.
love some young dick in my mouth. Like I would so let her do that. Would I bang? I don't know about that, but I actually probably would too.
You would?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't bang. You would just.
I know. I
stuff.
always like say that, even with.
Yeah, you wouldn't do any of that.
That's my problem, like everything in porn. But then when I'm in that situation, I'm like, because I'll deliver to grandma. So I've even thought that. I'd be like, hell no, I wouldn't do it. But my porn, I have to keep it interesting. And I think that's how guys go off the deep end with weird fetishes. Because they get bored.
Right.
So they keep upping it.
Right.
And it
Oh
gets,
yeah, we were talking about this the other day.
Yeah, they just keep upping it.
Yeah. So I don't think your grandma porn is actually weird. I think it's just you having
I'm bored.
a boredom spell.
I'm boredom. It's boredom.
Huh?
But really
It's cool.
if I had to say what I'm searching for, because we're going to do this, would be it has to be like saggy boobs.
Yeah, you like saggy boobs.
Yeah. But like kind of big, but like saggy.
Big saggy boobs?
Yeah. And then it has to be like a decent sized nipple. If it's
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God knows he cannot deal with little small nipples. If you have small nipples, you're out.
Even too big, I'd be okay with. If it was like
You could do too big,
Yeah.
but not too small.
I couldn't do too small.
You have big boobs.
But some guys, like I know, like the one guy I
There
know.
you go.
She said you have big boobs.
Yeah.
I know. The other day I was looking at like something on my phone, like boobs, and Riley was like, "Why do you always look at boobs on your phone?" Remember that?
She honks my boobs to get my attention. It's
Yeah.
really embarrassing. Like, I can't. I'm like, Riley, don't ever do that again.
But yeah, that's it. And the girl has to be definitely kind of like trashy, but like trashy hot. She has to be like trashy, kind of hot, like blonde. I guess brunette.
It's a blonde.
She can be a brunette, but normally blonde and kind of trashy and almost prostitute-ish. You know what I mean? Like kind of like prostitute-ish, but not like too much of a prostitute.
Tootie-ish.
Yeah, prostitute-ish, and definitely amateur cell phone footage.
Really?
Yeah, and it can be
Why
studio.
would you want?
But it's
Frez,
good though.
Like
but a lot of,
Frez. That's
Frez?
just weird.
what's Frez?
No, for as
What does that mean?
crazy as you are about like
Oh, but iPhones have pretty good
footage
quality.
and quality and
Because it has to feel
sound
real. It has to
quality.
feel real.
You really like cell phone
Yeah.
footage.
It has to feel real. Like I'm
That's
looking.
crazy to me.
It has to be like some dude sent me him and his girlfriend. Like that.
Oh, so it feels like
Yeah.
okay.
If it's some studio,
I get it now,
yeah.
I
If
get
it's
it.
some studios, I'm like,
You
it's
don't
too
like
fake.
high quality porn.
I like exposed. But okay, I guess we can wrap it up. She's not gonna let us
I
podcast.
No,
feel
it's
you.
just-
And she needs to go to bed anyways.
I feel
And
you.
she's showing us Barbie's boobs. So
That's literally what she's doing.
I see your boobs, Barbie.
She just pulled
Okay.
Barbie's shirt up and she's showing us the boobs. Yeah, I just think like maybe not every podcast, but every like couple, we should check in on what porn I'm watching.
There you go. That's your outro right there.
And this is the Social Prophet. What the fuck, but why? This is
No.
my world. You just
Just
live in
a
it
minute.
with
Kirby.
Kala Joanna.
Well, Kirby, I so thank you for taking the time out of your day to help us.
Obey the prophet when he speaks, and you'll be blessed. Disobey him, it is death.